This is a classic bake. Pineapple upside-down cake is something I used to have at school dinners many, many moons ago.
I bet I can do that.
The Great British Bake Off is back on TV, so I thought it would be a good chance for me to bake along and have some fun with the technical challenges. This week is the pineapple upside down cake. Let's get baking.
Okay, so we'll be giving the week 1 technical challenge a go, which is this poor Hollywood pineapple upside down cake. Never made it before, never had it before, but it looks absolutely delicious. Now the only challenge is I've got to work with caramel and I've got to work with pineapple, which I don't think I've really ever done before except for maybe fried rice. So we'll see how this goes. So the first things first, I need to print off this recipe. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to measure out some ingredients and also give the recipe a good read, maybe make some notes along the way just so I know what to look out for. It is a technical bake after all, and it's actually a really good tip for any recipes, not just for the bake off or not just following recipe on YouTube. Make sure you know it inside out. The worst thing is going through halfway through a bake and then you know you're missing some ingredients or you've done things in the wrong order. So super good tip, make sure you do some prep unless you want to cook it twice. Okay, the main problem is I've never worked with pineapple before. Okay, I've just cut one of them. I got a feeling it's a little bit too thick. So I'm going to try and slice this into 2 and I'm going to do the same with the rest. Okay, so these are looking a lot better. They are quite small because the moulds I have at home are also quite small. So I'm hoping the baking time will be alright for these and they won't burn them because they're a little bit smaller. So I may have to play this by ear and use my baker instincts later on. Hopefully it'll be okay though. Time to make 4 more of these. Okay, it's time to make the caramel. I've got my ingredients measured out, I've cut my pineapple, so it's time to get cooking. Now the tricky thing here is I've actually never done a wet caramel like this one before, and judging by this show it looks like it's quite tricky. I mean, it spits back, so it's dangerous, and also I've really got to keep an eye on it for it not to burn. So hopefully I'll be able to get this in one. Okay, it's time for the sponge cake. The ratio to butter, flour and sugar is 1:1:1, which is pretty standard, same as your cupcake, your pound cake, so I shouldn't have an issue with this. Okay, the caramel's just about done, so we are going to assemble our base. One thing I didn't manage to get in the supermarket are cherries. So I got these glacé morello cherries. Hopefully it'll come out the same. They are pretty sweet, so I'm hoping they won't burn in the oven. Okay, so just like in the show, I'm going to use a piping bag for the cake batter. And the reason for this is just that you get a little bit more control and it's easy to portion them out. And also, for me, it's a little bit easier to do so I don't make a mess. Okay, they're now ready to go in the oven. They look nice and leveled. I do have one problem though. For some reason, I've only managed to fill 4 moulds. Now, I'm hoping I didn't measure the ingredients wrong, because that would be ironic given my little tip at the beginning of the video. I'd also give the recipe a good read, but I think what's more likely is that these moulds I have are actually a little bit bigger than the ones in the recipe or as advertised. They're meant to be 165mm. I think these are a little bit bigger. Rookie mistake. So we'll see how it comes out of the oven, but I think technically I may have failed. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with these. These look quite good actually. So if you look at the top, the pineapple's nicely caramelised. It's got that deep golden colour. It looks the part. It hasn't fallen apart when I tried to demould it. I think the only thing is maybe I overbaked it a little bit so the pineapple shrank so it doesn't cover whole of the top, and the colour is a little bit darker than it's supposed to be as well. I am going to cut into it to see if it tastes good as well. Oh, it's definitely tasty. I can really taste the pineapple. It's really, really punchy, and actually the caramelisation made the outside slightly crunchy, and this is absolutely delicious. I think the only problem I have with this is maybe the sponge is a little bit on the dry side because I overbaked it by maybe 30 seconds or so. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it.
So, what do you think? Would I have made the cut, or did I make a complete mess of it? Let me know down in the comments if you want to see me attempt week 2 of the technical challenge. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
These look a lot better. These are quite small because the moulds are... Ooh,